Yes, vi er tilbake med en ny Banter Blitz. Det begynner å bli en god stund siden sist. Jeg tipper det er 2 uker siden eller noe sånt. Planen for i dag, det er å spille litt banter, men jeg kommer også til å gå gjennom en liten del av min egen videoserie. Å, fytti katta. Begynner å bli lenge siden jeg har vært på lufta, merker jeg. So yeah, what I was saying in Norwegian is that I will be showcasing a part of my own video series at the end of the stream. If people are interested, that is, of course. Because I'm not gonna bother if there's like 10 people watching. I mean, that's... but because it's just a free lesson for absolutely nothing. But I just felt like it. Men ok, vi snakker norsk igjen. Det er en fornøyelse å være tilbake. Jeg har egentlig brukt all tida mi på å analysere ting fra videoserien. Det tar jo en evighet å drive med fransk, så det er det jeg har gjort. Og med det så kan jeg begynne med Jov 2006. Hyggelig å ha alle i chatten, selvfølgelig. Hei til alle sammen. Ok. Nå spiller jeg den åpningen jeg skal refute i min egen videoserie. Han kan ikke refute den. Jeg gidder ikke å slå med bonden, så vi tar med dronningen. Så får vi en dårlig skandinavisk. Jeg er ikke i sjakkform i det hele tatt. Det eneste jeg har gjort er å sitte foran skjermen i timesvis. I mange timer har jeg sittet foran skjermen og drevet og analysert og alt mulig. Jeg innser jo at det er en dårlig timing med å spille banter når det er St. Louis, som jeg må innrømme jeg ikke har fulgt med på i det hele tatt. Jeg har så vidt sett Magnus sine partier. Jeg må være såpass ærlig at turneringen interesserer meg null og niks. Velkommen, velkommen. Det er Gabriel. Det er hyggelig å ha deg i chatten. Du skal selvfølgelig få prøve deg, du som er norsk og premium. Det er sånn slags extra privilege. Norwegian privilege kaller jeg det. Da får du... egentlig rykker du fram i køen, men nå er det ikke så mange som challenger uansett, så da tenker jeg at vi kan ha køen likevel. Du er vel nummer 3 eller 4, så ok, aner ikke hva jeg skal gjøre. Den kanskje. Ja. Sounds great. We'll watch your lesson and learn how to beat you. That's true. That's exactly the point of the lesson. But not really, because the line I'm gonna show is a line I do not play myself. With black, it's kind of a rare line, because that's like what I would call a taste of what you will get. You know what I mean? Alright. Yeah, this is very boring. That's for sure. Hey, Eker. Yeah, as I was saying, I will showcase a part of my video series that's coming in a month. Maybe not a month, like 3 weeks. Maybe a month, 3 weeks, I don't know. Something like that. Depends. That highly depends. I do not know exactly when, but yeah, that's the plan. Today, maybe I win. No, you will not. You will lose, like you always do. Alright. Okay. I think I'm doing well, at least. His time is ticking down. So I'm not too worried. Not too worried. Alright, queen f3. Alright. We don't need to play your line. Right. Okay. But I will be a famous fucking legend. Okay? Yeah, that's the ultimate goal in life. Isn't it? Oh man. This is a bit weird. It's a bizarre position, but my opponent has played this quite strange. Very weird. He could have exchanged queens and probably he would have been better, but he's definitely not better now, which is good. For a man like me who's totally out of practice. Just look at my rating. Horrible. Completely out of practice. Look at this. It's horrible. Terrible. This, but then we have bishop b7. I gave him knight f5, but whatever. It doesn't matter. He went back anyway, so now I have e4. Gata lost to Caruana in Germany over the board classical game today. In the Bundesliga, I assume. Ja, han gjorde visst det. Han gir seg der, spanjolen. He resigns, like he should. The man. On the... Okay. Then the Danish guy is here. Very nice. Så vi svart igjen da, selvfølgelig. Black again. Svart videre. Negro otra vez. Det 4 språk, det. Nei. Det blir en fransk, da. Jeg skal refute min egen åpning. Det ikke sånn du refuter fransk, da, Soras. Da blir det en cis i stedet. Da blir det cis. Classic Sicilian. Løper E2, Soras. Det var merkelig. Springer C3, løper B4. Nei, han tar. Får håpe han spiller E5 da. Nei, han gjør ikke det. Får jeg gå hit. Får jeg spille E5 selv. Men nå kan jeg vinne en bonde, kan jeg ikke det? A pawn is mine. And the victory as well. Very nice. Easy. Easy. Alright. Okay. So strong. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Mihajlov bullet challenges greit. Ja da. Gjør hva fanden du vil, sier jeg bare. Det opp til deg. Up to you. G6. Okay. E5 or? Den eller? This? I don't even know which language to speak. Speaking 1,000 languages, as always. D4, I guess. C4. Nice. Good. Dette gikk jo veien da. Det enkelt og greit. Evening! Ja, veldig hyggelig å ha deg tilbake, Ravior. Veldig hyggelig. En fornøyelse. En fornøyelse. Han gir seg der, Soras. Takk for partiet, dreng. Var bra det. Sjakkbeiste fra Østerreich. Videre. Siciliansk. Da får vi se på mitt fantastiske repertoar mot siciliansk. Det er hyperakselerert drage vi har fått. Men den har gått over til en vanlig akselerert drage. Som jeg må innrømme er en dårlig åpning, men Kjetil Stokke kan nok motbevise min hypotese om det. Jeg hører rykter om at han skal lage en videoserie på det på norsk. Det er jo bra. Akselerert drage er litt det er ikke helt potent nå til dags. Patent er det vel ikke. Men det er fortsatt greit, liksom. Totally okay to play this line. It's very tricky. That's the advantage. Ok, jeg står vel allerede til vinst. Already completely winning, so very nice. D5 var litt det er litt uvanlig å spille på denne måten her. Oi, nå har jeg den. That's a queen for me. Nice, beautiful queen is all I want. And that's all I get too. Da spiller vi mot Gabriel fra Norge. Gabriel. Da er det 1 E4 igjen. Best by test, sier jeg bare. All right. The classic Italian. En italiener. Jeg har en italiener her. En bra det, vet du. Nydelig. Spiller vi med Max Lange. Det er helt kanon. En veldig nydelig åpning det her. Thanks for the game. Bitte. Bitte sehr. Gut. Du hast sehr gut gespielt. Men ok. Hei. Springer G4 har jeg ikke sett før. Kan det funke, mon tro? D5 er det man gjør. Er ikke det bare dritdårlig? Den, eller? Tårn igjen. H3, slag, tårn 1. Det vinner også offiser. Ser det ut som. Nei, bare spille H3, vel. Ser ikke refuten. I don't see how don't see the refute. I don't see the refutation. Ok. Oi. Han tar den da, ja, Gabriel fra Bergen. He captures it. And a piece is winning. Has been won. Very good. Yeah, I don't see how you can prevent it. Clever, but I take it and take it and take it. Now I also have this, but he has G6. Oh, that was stupid. No, it wasn't. D3, I can take on C5, and it's winning. Totally winning. Okay, that's nice. I think. Bishop B6. Yes. Then queen f6. Castles. That's a piece. Looks good. Very good. What is gonna happen if Roshka's premium? Yeah, that's a good joke, my friend. Very good joke. Love it. Dritbra vits. Den beste vitsen jeg har hørt. Knight c4. That's a nice idea. This actually wasn't that bad either. To go here. And then king h2. And pray that it's not over. So that's good. Very nice indeed. Okay, so I think I'll play until 22:15, and I'll spend the last minutes to, or the last 30 minutes or whatever, to talk about the video series or whatever, to showcase a line or something. Showcase a video, a free video, if you're watching the show. So that's good. But of course, the majority of people are unaware that the series will be in English and Norwegian, but more importantly will be in English, because I can even record Norwegian when I'm back home. Yeah, I could technically record it at home, but I will record it in Hamburg, which is nice. Whoa! Okay, we'll grab this. I think it's mate. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh. King f8. Queen f6. King h8. Queen takes e8. There we go. And then bishop h6. I don't really see how to prevent the mate. Han gir seg der, Gabriel. Takk for partiet. The main line, eller hovedvarianten, det er D4, slag E5. Er det D5? Så kan hvite enten spille løpet B5 eller slå på F6. Slå på... Det her er en del teori, da. Kalles for Max Lange. Dere løper B5, så er også det her ganske komplisert. So yeah. Dangerous Ride is next. He is next on the list. Takk for partiet, Seb. Var mye rot, men. Fikk deg til å tenke. Ja, det gjorde du absolutt. Du fikk meg absolutt til å tenke i åpningen der. En ny sicilianer. I know someone who loves to play knight c3. So that's what I'm gonna do too. Huh. What means fick? Fick means got. I got. Jeg fikk. It sounds like ficken in German. But that has an entirely different meaning. That's for sure. Okay. Knight d4. Knight d1? I don't know. Strange. Very weird indeed. Knight d4 is always very annoying. Here? This is a type of move you make sometimes. Probably not good now, but whatever. I don't care. Do I look like a man who cares? I don't think I am. I don't care at all. I can go here, but I will go there. Received. Received, ja. Hva mener du med det, Ravior? Received. D5 var litt irriterende. D5. Annoying move. I actually have no attack. I'm a pawn down for nothing. Okay, maybe I have a little bit, but I'm worse. For sure. Maybe I'm not that worried much. Now, rook a3, queen b6, rook a3, bishop b6 is annoying. Scheiße. Okay. Ooh. He actually does that. Wow. Damn it. My time is also bad. Everything is bad. Everything is bad, guys. I received. Ja, stemmer det. Ja. Da skjønte jeg. Språkguruen Ravior. The language guru Ravior. Okay. Rook b3, but rook takes. I can't take on b7 with the rook. The rook will be hanging. Scheiße. Not good. Not good at all. a5 then, and rook a4. Probably the only plan. Might work. I will not trade ladies, thank you very much. But now I have rook e1. But that did not do anything, because you have queen b5. I did not see, so I will go back. Okay. Rook a4, but then queen c5. Rook bishop e6. Nice. Rook b6. Now I think my position is quite good. At least it's not so bad anymore. He is a coward. He wants to trade pieces. Very well, my friend. Trade those rooks. Your rook on b8 is entirely out of play. Okay, that's a bad move. I've become harsh lately. Before I never used to say those things, but I'm a different man now. I am a different man right now, that's for sure. Takes. Takes. Ooh. There we go. Thank you for the game, my friend. You played well until you played terribly. Thank you, man. But you should have been the opposite, like me. Play terrible first and then well, instead of well and terrible. That's my pro #1 tip. We move on the list. Okay. Knight f3. I was gonna play e4, but whatever. Okay. Thank you, thank you. I'm actually just joking. I'm in a joker mood today. Okay. I'm gonna play very boring this game. I think if you just need to get your pieces out, and if you do that, you'll be probably much better. Because I don't have enough for that material. So, nice game, my friend. C4. Shelling forward is back. Crazy. Unbelievable. He's back. That's nice. E4. This became amazingly complicated. Top of the day. Felleries. Felleries. That's never heard that one before. That's a creative way of addressing the opposite sex. That's for sure. But that's nice. Castles. Don't know. We're moving on in life. Moving on. Rook c1. Queen e2, rook d1, d5. That's the plan. Knight e4, knight c5. I think this is looking good for the Norwegian. Look at this rating. It's so bad. Unbelievable. I actually feel like I'm doing better now than what I normally do when I play, because it's been such a long time since I've played. Because I've been spending all my time in the lab, cooking up, doing massive research for the upcoming video series that you will get the small taste of later today. I don't know when, in half an hour or something like that. Maybe a bit more. All right, 97. That's a good move. But his position is so bad that I don't think that move helps very much, unfortunately. It only helps to last a little bit longer, but the pain is... This is so bad for black. Maybe it's not so bad, actually. It's just an annoying position. It's annoying that I don't have anything that wins immediately, but this is pretty bad. I got taking there, okay, that's a bit too much. Rook g8, indeed. Takes, and then knight f6. I take what I can get. That, I mean, that's for sure. That's for sure. Takes, knight f6. Take the rook. Nothing happens in the Twitch chat. Very nice. Queen d3. He has no time either. He's trying to mate me. And it's not dangerous at all. Ooh, did not see that one. Very nice. Take it. But then I have a bishop f4. The queen you will lose your queen. And the game. And yeah, that's the game. Gracias. That's almost an adoption. So we have Murat. He plays... I lost to this guy once, right? No, I didn't. Okay. Buff, thank you as well. E4, C5. No French, so people are not listening to Geary, apparently. Stockfish. No dangers at all. That's very bad. I guess it is. I guess it is. The Kalashnikov is on the table. I think. I'm gonna play another line. A weird line. A side line. D5, that's weird. I'll take it. Maybe it's the right move. I don't know. Could be. Yeah, this doesn't look bad for him. I don't know. I don't know anything. I've only been working on the French. It's the only opening I know. It's the only opening I am aware of. Getting tired, of course. Been analyzing the entire day. C3. Oi, oi, oi! Sebs er tilbake, ja! Det var lenge siden sist, sier Sjokoladebanan. Det er deilig å ha deg tilbake. Det er deilig å ha deg tilbake. Det blir Johan Sebastian på skjermen i morgen. Det blir bra, det. 95, that's good. Oh, this position is very bad for me, I think. Oh, gross. Very bad. Horrible. Terrible. He has 94. He has a lot of... His pieces are very well placed. Yikes. Men Sjokoladebanan, du skal få en smakebit på min videoserie når vi er ferdig med banteren. Da skal vi gå gjennom løper E7 mot fransk. Det er litt uvanlig, men poenget er at det er en smakebit. Kan ikke vise det beste helt gratis. The longer I play the French, the more I realize that there are problems around every corner. Yeah, you're right about that, actually. I've been looking at the opening a lot, and there is not much that black can do that's viable. To be fair, I haven't gotten so far yet. Well, I have gotten far, but I'm still missing a lot. I'm missing the vinegar, and I will assume that you play that. But if you don't, I'm gonna get you, I think. Because we'll see, though. He blunders, that's good. If not, I would have lost this game. My position was absolutely terrible. So if he just does anything, F5 is probably good, or Rook E8, or whatever. Rook E8, I guess. Then my position is so bad. But now, I'm winning. Even Geary's course. Geary's course is probably very good. I need to take a look at it, because I need to find the refutation of something that he gives, or give something that he doesn't suggest, which is going to be a hard task. Because he's very, very good at what he does. So, but anyway, maybe it's possible to play it and you equalize and all of that stuff. The vinegar is an opening where you need to know your stuff with black. If you do not know that, you're gonna be losing very quickly. Actually, I think it's so bad that every line is almost every line is critical in some way, which is hilarious. Like, you have the main line you can take with the knight on c3, you can even take with the queen on c3, and those things are critical. You have h4, which Caruana did in the candidates. The Lagrave and Caruana did that. It's very dangerous against Nepomniachtchi. You have h4 later instead of f4. You have there's so many. Ooh, I blundered my bishop. Doesn't matter. There we go. Nice victory. Thanks for the game. Beginner Pro is next. Beginner Pro is next. Hallo! Hei, hei! Er du ferdig med alle varianten mot fransk? Jeg er ferdig med nesten alt. Jeg mangler hva er det jeg mangler da? Jeg mangler hovedvarianten i løpet G5, løpet E7. Så mangler jeg vinegar med løpet B4 i tredje trekk, og så er jeg ferdig. Caro-Kann is a bit better than the French. Caro-Kann sucks, dude. Everything is better for white. Uh, just hilarious. This is a bizarre position, that's for sure. All right. Yep, Caro-Kann is not so good. Especially, it's an opening that you should not play when you're young, at least. Play it when you're old. That's my suggestion. It's the opening you play when you're old, but not when you're young and you have a lot of energy and everything. Then you should not play it. Because, you know, play something more exciting when you're younger. And also, playing complicated openings and aggressive lines is very good for your... it's very good when you're going to be playing against stronger players. One thing that I do notice is that a lot of people, what they do is that they... oh damn, I want it to be white. You know that Kara bashing Warren's merciless Karokusion by Uncle Shelly. Wow. That was, that's a clever way of, that's a really clever way of, writing. Touche, I guess. But what I was saying is that a lot of people, they suggest like very quiet lines and like positions that are basically very solid for white and it's very hard to lose and stuff. I get that. A lot of chess24 authors have done that. I get that to a certain point. But it's very difficult to beat strong players with that. So that's what I don't like about it. That's what I don't like about it. So that's why in my series we will not be playing one solid line. I'm gonna be going all in every single line, because that's why you play 1e4. In my very humble opinion. Huh. That's on a move I just can't remember. E5 takes. I think that's the bad one. Queen of 4. And it's lost. Don't remember what to do against it. It's not such a dumb move, I think. Yeah. Thought so. Damn it. This is actually probably even better for white. I don't remember anything after that move. An annoying move. That's for sure. I'll just take it. And play bishop b4, I guess. When you don't know what to do, push a pawn. That's not true, I guess. Issue. I remember my old coach. He was like, I mean, when you don't know what to do, just play logical moves. Just check. Chess is a logical game. Just play logical moves. Castle, dude. I mean, that's. And he's right. Hammer teaches you the solids. Binio teaches aggressive. That's right. That is right. Indeed. Hammer has taught e4 like a d4 player, I would say. But anyway, his series is very good. I will of course say that, but not my cup of tea. because it's a bit too solid for my taste. And yeah, that's what I'll leave. That's where I'll leave that one. But it's not, the series is not for my level anyway, I think. His black series, on the other hand, is a bit better. Or it's maybe not better, but it is a higher level. Because when you're black, you are worse from the beginning and you have to equalize, which means that you need to know what to do against the critical lines. That's something Ludwig said as well. It's very hard to make it simple, so. And he's right about that. I'm definitely not, I haven't made one attempt in making my video series simple chess. You will see that when I go through all of the different lines. Alright, so no 5 minute please. No 5 minutes. It takes too long. I don't have that much time because I'm gonna go through the video, the line in the series. Okay. I'm gonna go through it in around 20 minutes or something like that, so please, I will decline every single 5-minute challenge. Thank you. There we go, there's a pawn. What happened? This is shelling forward. But he took my pawn as well. Alright. Scary stuff. I have to move my bishop. He was threatening to take on d5 and bishop c4. That would have been bad. And I would have been very sad because it would have been bad. Alright. f5, f4 maybe. King h2. Yeah, this looks very good. Can I do this? Yes, I can. What does it even do? Nothing. It just looks cool. Doesn't do anything. Such a bad move. Such a bad move and bad time. It's gonna be yet another. More time trouble. More time trouble. That's not what we want. More time trouble in the house. Scheiße, I did not mean to play that. h6, that was annoying. Take. Rook e7, king f6. King h... e4, e4. e4, it's e4, patzers. No, not here, here. Take the pawn. Here. 9! 9! He takes it. Take the rook. This is a draw. But I'm gonna flag him, I think. Nine! Oh my god. Okay. Okay, but that's fair though. It's a draw anyway, so. Okay, that was, I don't know what happened in that game. But draw is a fair result because the final position is a theoretical draw. Yeah. Draw is fair. So, good job, I guess. Or terrible played by both of us, but... 3 plus 2, no thank you. I don't have the time. That was a very cool game. I think you're much better, or maybe you're not much better, but you are better. It's a queen f4, but I don't know. It wasn't so simple, I guess. Good game. That was a fun game. Why am I playing the Rossolimo? I hate the Rossolimo. Weird. Alright. Okay, I've cancelled 5 minutes. Okay, good. So, Savage, I'm gonna accept you next. Then I'll play Your Mom Eats Children and Darwatch. And then I'm gonna be going through the video series, or a part of the video series, rather. Ooh, very good. E4. A5 and knight c4. This is horrible for black, I think. Ooh, my God, this is horrible for black strategically. Look at all the black squares. The knight on c4 is extremely good. I got everything I wanted. What happened to shelling forward? It disappeared. He disappeared. Alright, knight d2. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Alright, h4. And the lights are turned out. They are turned off. Yay. The beautiful green screen is in the background. I love it. Take it. Alright, let's try to win quickly. Might powers turned on. I'll be strong. G5. I still got a lot of fight left in me. Very good, rook e7. Queen h2, rook e7, and rook e8, and it will be mate. Ooh, f6, rook e7. Perfectly placed. Rook g7, we're gonna be taking that. Rook e8, queen c7, everything wins. Ooh, queen c7. That would have been a bad pre-move. Alright. Rook e8, queen e6, rook f7. I would prefer you to resign. Because I don't want to be playing this line after. c4. Oh man. d4. Oh, d5, queen e6 and d6. Når er neste turnering? Vi skal kommentere. Det er et godt spørsmål. Greia er at jeg faktisk er usikker. De har noen forskjellige ideer. Så vi får se om det ender godt eller ikke. Good game. Queen d2 is not great, but can be somewhat tricky. Yeah, I do remember. Of course, it's not the main line, but I just couldn't remember anything of what I'm supposed to do. Thanks, it was funny. It was indeed. Thank you for the game. Yet another accelerated dragon. Knight c3, f3, queen d2, b6. That's possible. Very bizarre. Okay, knight h5. Interesting. I'm gonna ignore that. I'll take that. Oh, that's probably a bad move. Yeah, that's what I thought. He will go into the end game, indeed. Oof. A bit low on time, so I'm gonna try to speed up here. King F2. Ooh. I'm allowing some things here, but whatever. Taking on C3 will give up his a very good bishop. So it's okay. F5, that is indeed risky. But maybe it's not bad, who knows. Oh! He can take in on E4. Oh my god. I am playing so badly. It's horrible. Terrible. I'm playing so bad. I'm playing so terrible. This is how it should continue. Losing points. I'm playing so bad. I'm playing so awful. Alright. Okay, I guess I should play Rook D1. Oh man. This is so bad. This is the definition of terrible. Oh man. Just 24 chat. I always forget to take off the white knight. Since it's silly and you take, you lose the b7. Yeah. Knight takes d1. Knight f4. King f2. Takes. I'm gonna flag him though. Alright, but c5 gives me some things. I hope. I'll be playing bishop g5 now. Savage. I'm coming for you. Knight c3. e5. That's pretty gross, my friend. You don't have a knight you can put on d4, and your bishop is slightly trapped right now. Which means I can go behind you and eat your pawns. Because you will lose now. Because your position was very good, but now it's very bad. Look at my good... I have a lot of control in this position. a4 is a good move. A very classical move as well. But anyway, maybe it's not so easy to proceed. Oh, bishop f4. But then okay, I guess I play bishop d8 then. Bishop d8. And then I'll grab this pawn. You can grab that. That's annoying. So I'm gonna play king f1 and then king g2 first. And then king h3. But that doesn't help because he has this, yeah. Scheiße. Okay. Here, I'm just gonna go back and forth. Then I'll take it. I don't think this is clear actually, because his pawns are dangerous, the h-pawn, but I think I am. Mine is actually slightly more dangerous. Takes a... I can't play e6, yes, bishop c6, so take here. Yeah, this is okay, because yeah, I have king h1. So. That's a weird move, a7, and he lost on time. Very well played. I mean, you take and then c5 is of course very logical, but you don't have to play c5, just play bishop c8. I don't know. Maybe you should actually play c5, but maybe it's not so... Maybe you shouldn't grab my bishop. Just keep your knight and play c5 here, maybe. Because your knight is very good. My bishop sucks. Alright, thanks for the game. We have one more. We have two more to go. Your mom eats children, and we also have Darok. D4, knight f6. Ja! B for bad. Bishop f4, that's a shame. Castling. Knight c3, alright. In the morning. 2 more games, guys. 2 more games. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Det var det så lang tid du skulle bruke da? Min gode mann. Från Sverige. Knight h5 and f6. All right. Bishop f5. That's okay. F3, that's a good move. Gonna drink a little bit of water. Ok. Dette her ikke kunne jo ha gått bedre. Jeg står jo så her står jeg dårlig, ass. Ooh, my position is so bad. We return with our knight. Just a little bit more love. Ja, må slutte å synge på disse dårlige sangene. 95. Okay, I mean, take on g4, I take with queen. It's not so simple because, I mean, okay, take on d5, e6, but I play f6, and I claim I'm surviving here because... Okay, I was hoping he would not do that. But he did. Just a little bit more love. Just a little bit more passion. Bishop c7, weird. Knight c4. Not weird at all. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Look at my position, guys. Look at my position, guys. Ooh, so bad. So bad. I'm gonna lose against your mom eats children. What? That's a weird move. Here? This 92. He doesn't do anything. Here, 92. Whatever, I'm gonna go for it. 92. '94, that was my very cunning plan. Take it with the rook, please. I think he had a win. He could have just taken and then queen e8. That was mate, wasn't it? That was mate. That was mate for sure. Okay, here. No, my position now, it's not that bad, I think. Well, I guess it is. Oh my god, what the... Such a bad pre-move. The pre-move of the year. I have 40 seconds. I didn't even take his bishop. Okay, he just thinks I'm gonna go make the mistake again. No, thank you. And white forfeits on time. Nice. And there are no more games. No more games, guys. Very nice. Very good. Okay. GG. Veldig bra spilt. Very well played. Very well played. Okay. Alright. That means we're gonna start with the lesson. I think I spent exactly 1 hour, actually. There are no more challenges, so we will start. Alright, so there we go. We have the board ready. We will be going through a pretty funny line, I guess. Ok, og forresten, dere som norske, bare hvis dere har spørsmål, så det bare å stille spørsmål på norsk, og så svarer jeg dere på norsk. Gidder ikke å sitte og snakke engelsk, eller drive og... at dere skal skrive på engelsk på en norsk stream. Det bare at... det nice at flere forstår og sånt, men hvis dere har spørsmål, bare stille det på norsk, ikke gidde å snakke engelsk. Det ikke noe... Så mye hensyn trenger vi ikke å ta. Motsatt. Ja, men det godt å høre. Det godt å høre. Okay. Alright, so the line goes like this. E4, E5, D4, D5. Of course, knight C3. And this is what I'm gonna recommend in my series. It's by far the best move against the French, I think. It's much better than all the other alternatives. I know a lot of people have recommended bishop d3, and you have had like knight d... I don't know if knight d2 has been recommended, but yeah, bishop d3 has been recommended. Just not very good. In terms of an advantage, that is. So knight c3 is by far the best move, and it's a very dangerous move as well. So, yes. The move we're going to be taking a look at is this move here, which is I would say it's an interesting move. It's not very good though, but it's not very bad either, I will say. It's just an interesting move, but it's not one of the main moves, and it's not played very often. The reason why I don't show any of the main lines is because this is just a sneak peek or a prequel or whatever. Yeah, since you're watching the show, I just thought, why not? So I might do this one more time before I go, as I just thought this is I wanted to show this. Alright, so the point is it's actually you can play anything if you want. You can play like knight f3 or whatever, but it's just to confuse you, I will assume. So you could say that this is just a bad Vinever, and because of the fact that this is a bad Vinever, knowing that in this position we play e5, then we also play e5 here. So yeah, e5 is what we do against bishop e7. That's the only way to really punish it, because you control f6. So yeah, because of the fact that you control f6, that's why we play e5. So black has two alternatives. He can play c5 or he can play b6, and both of those are considered to be theory these days. c5 is the best move, or the trickiest move, I would say. So here we play queen g4. That's a kind of an important move. If you do not play queen g4, it's not so easy, actually. But queen g4 is the way to punish black. For example, if he plays king f8, we just take on c5. For example, knight of c6, knight f3, bishop takes c5, bishop d3, This is like a typical way things could continue. This is just terrible for black. I mean, he doesn't have development, and he hasn't castled. So, for example, knight g6 and just rook e1, and you protect the pawn, and it's this is not exactly what you want, Viv. If you want to see how bad it is, just look at this position. It's very easy to play white. Yeah, we could stop the line here. So king f8 is not something black is going to do. So he could also try g6, but it's also a bad move because we also continue in the same manners. Seems one of my positions with black. Right. So again, we have to take on c5. That's always what we have to do, honestly. So take on c5, knight c6, knight f3, bishop takes c5, and then bishop d3 again. So it's the same. It's the same way. We just take on c5 and play bishop d3. E5 is not weak. I understand that you could be worried, but actually it's just way worse for black because he's very weak on dark squares. And it's hard for him to develop now, especially with g6, because the f6 square is extremely weak. So let's say that he plays knight b4. Oops. Knight b4 has been played before. And then just take the bishop, but this is horrible. The problem is that you have you're doing too well against the f6 square. So if you get to trade these bishops off, you will be doing very well on the black squares. So I'm pissed. Spilte du? Ja, du spilte jo bra. Du stod til klissvinst. Hello, Patrick. So h5, queen f4. There's a typical way things could proceed, but so yeah, black can't really trade off the black bishops. But he doesn't have development either, and you will trade them off eventually. And when you do that, you are gonna be completely crushing. And that's the example of this line. Alright, so I have to go through this a bit quicker. But g5 is the dangerous line here. That's basically the idea behind it, I would say. That you can now play g5 and you can play h5 and you can attack, but it's not dangerous if you know what you're doing, that is. So again, we have to take on c5. So here you can play in two lines. You can either play h5 or knight c6, but knight c6 is the best move. If you play h5, you just gotta be a little bit aware of what you're doing. So queen g3, and now you can also play knight c6. But again, there are some options there. For example, h4, queen g4, knight c6, knight f3, and knight h6. It's quite similar to the line with knight h6, but in a way it's different as well. And here we have to play queen h5 because we are going to be attacking the pawn on g5. So the knight is also pinned, which is important to notice. So he has to play g4, and then we just play knight d2. Bishop takes c5, knight b3. Then he probably has to go all the way back with the bishop to protect the knight. And now we have this nice move, knight b5, with the idea of playing knight d6. So for example, a6, bishop g5, bishop b7, knight d6. And this is a pretty bad position for black. But alright, it's not so bad, but it's still bad. It's actually not as bad as I remembered. Alright, but knight h6 is also possible. Again, this is a typical move, knight b5 in order to play knight d6. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm reading the chat here. Nothing is happening there, okay. So knight f5, queen c3. It's this looks very bizarre, but the entire point is just to play knight d6 and protect the pawn. So d4 is the only move that really makes sense to attack the queen, but then now queen a3 as well. So we just keep protecting the pawn, and we are gonna be playing knight d6 eventually. But after knight c6 here, we once again have a very nice move, and that's h4. It took a while actually before the computers just realized that this is very good for white. Might not be the best move even, but practically it's really good. So obviously you cannot take like this, because if you manage to protect both of these pawns, and there's no g5 protecting f4 or the f3 square with g4, you are gonna be completely winning. So you can't do that. So knight takes h4, knight d6 check, and then just sacrifice. That basically shows how good this is, that we can sacrifice. It's even worth sacrificing an exchange. So, for example, black should probably go for the ending after queen a5, but takes, b4, a3. This is very bad for black. Again, you can switch, and you can just see how unpleasant this is. It's probably lost, or close to losing, I will assume. Practically, at least. b5, whatever. Yeah, knight f3, bishop d3. Okay, so knight c6, knight f3. So this transposes to the knight c6 line, which is like this. But one thing to notice is that after h5 and now knight c6, white has an extra option of knight b5, which is not my main recommendation, but I just saw that this is just similar to what we saw last time. But I got this position, but I wasn't that satisfied after this move, which is the only move that doesn't lose. Just some crazy line. My computer gave knight d6 and knight c6, and I castles, and white has some initiative, but this is not so simple, because black has like rook a5 and e5, and in some cases this rook is very good. So yeah, no questions in the chat. No questions in the chat. All right, that's good, I guess. So knight f3 transposes. So let's go back to knight c6, knight f3, h5, queen g3. So now g4 is the main move, the only move that really makes sense. So after that we have this nice move h3. The entire point is that if you take on f3, we have queen g7. So f takes g2, rook bishop takes g2, and he has to play bishop f6 in order not to lose the exchange. When we capture and we get this endgame right here, this is very bad for black on the black squares. So there was a correspondence game in this recently, it's 9 years ago. But it just it's a nice game that shows how the game could proceed. So bishop f3, bishop f4, he just puts the bishop on e5, and then he plays on the dark squares. So white's doing extremely well here. Just look how he controls all of the squares. He controls g4. Black doesn't really have anything to do. He just has to wait. So white won a very nice game after 68 moves. So this was a very interesting interesting way of play. So if we go back, so knight g4, h3, d4 is a funny line, because after knight b5, a6, okay, you can play knight a3 and you're gonna be doing well, but h takes g4 is the best move here. It's insane. Of course you have to play h4. If you do not play h4, you will be getting this position. So a takes b5, rook takes h5, rook takes, g takes, king d7. The only way to protect the knight. If you play king f8, we just play h6. So king d7, h6, takes, and this is very bad and completely lost. So a takes g4, h4, and now comes the amazing move. Knight d6 check, bishop takes, c takes, taking the queen, rook takes h8. So I just, this position here is absolutely garbage. For example, if you play king d7, simply bishop d3, and black is basically paralyzed in this position. He has no moves. It's insane, but it's a beautiful position. If you like chess, you're gonna be finding this position very, very beautiful. So yeah, this was pretty nice. If you try something else, queen a5, check, bishop d2, queen d5, You can, well, the knight is gone, and we will also have rook g5, a very important move. Without this, we're not winning, I think. But here, again, black is completely dead, so... The thing is, he just has no moves. He played bishop d3, and at some point, either king takes f2 or king e2, and then you'll get the other rook with you. Alright, so that's c5. It's quite a line, I have to say. But b6 is the better move, which is why I have classified this as the main line. But I did also find something that was very interesting against this move, and I do remember very clearly that this move was very annoying. It bugged me a lot. I was very annoyed. But I came up with something clever, I think. So h4 is what I'm gonna suggest, but you can play knight ce2 if you want. And the play is very simple. You play c3, knight f3, and h4. And that's it. That's a bit more quiet type of move. But I mean, this can't be good for black. I mean, look at this, right? The knight is here, but sometimes he can play c5 and queen c7, bishop d8, knight e7. It's not so bad, I discovered. But we will play h4. Why not h5? You mean h5 here? I guess, or instead of b6. Oh yeah, here. That is quite the move. h5. I mean, certainly it's a possible move, but I can't imagine that this is something you want. But it might not be such a bad idea. Alright, so for example, I guess just normal development has to be good. I guess your plan is that now you want to play like g5. Yeah, because you avoid queen g4 in the next move. Yeah, you're right, but... For example, I can probably just play... If you do this, I can play h3. So, okay, so you want to play c5 now. Alright. But that, I think I'm just gonna... In these positions, the pawn on h5, it's very weak. So what you can do is that you can just take, and we can get this type of position. And this is normally like, this is similar to what we saw with king f8. This is terrible for black. But, yeah, it's a possible move, but... Yeah, this is pretty bad. What is h4? Bishop takes h4. Ooh, that's an interesting move, but I just had this. Queen takes g7. And if you do this, I play g3. So yeah, that was a good suggestion actually, h5. That's clever. But not clever enough. Okay, nice. Alright, so let's continue. It's funny because it's like lecture almost, but alright. h4, and now c5 is the only move that really makes sense. And now, again, we play queen g4. It's not great. But the difference is that there's no g5. Keep in mind that king f8 is the only move. If you play g6, you are lost after h5, g5, and h6. For obvious reasons. The pawn on g5 will fall, and you have knight f3, and you have... there's too many things that lose. Bishop d3. I mean, this is terrible, so you can't do that. So, if you try bishop f8, which is actually not as bad as I thought. These are the type of moves that annoy me. Like, why is this supposed to be viable? But I just realized that knight b5 is a good move. And the threat is to play knight d6. For example, knight c6, we have knight d6, and then queen takes g7, right? We will win the rook. So, he has to play knight h6, bishop takes, and then knight f3. And once again, we can play knight d6. And we can go for this which is pretty good for white. It's probably close to lost for black, but yeah. The thing is that you're gonna be winning this pawn, and this pawn here will run, and you will also win the center, and yeah, not good. So you should play king f8 with black. Now h5 is was an interesting move. I remember I spent a lot of time in this position, but h5 is that's a funny line. The point is that you avoid h5 yourself, and there's also this idea with rook h3 g3 in the air, and h6 is a move you can sometimes play. So knight c6, knight f3, so knight h6. The only move that makes sense, because it's very difficult to find a viable move, that is. So knight h6. You don't really want to take here, because he has decent control of the black squares, and often just bishop g5. You won't have anything. So queen f4. And for example, if after knight f5 you have knight e2 with the idea of c3 and g4. Both of those moves are, yeah, g4 is probably what's gonna happen, but c3 first, of course, because then you can't really take on d4. So f6. I think this has happened in some games actually, but we can take. And then I found that this move here is very good. I think this is one of the craziest lines I've seen in a long time, which is kind of funny. Okay, var bra den. Bra joke. Good joke. So g4. If he takes on d4, which is the move you think of first, we can just play g5, e5, and then we take it. Because when he takes back, we take on f6. We're threatening to take on g7. He can't take back with the queen because the knight on h6 is hanging in the end. So take the knight, take on g7, take on e5, and just something like this, which prevents rook e8. And we're also threatening bishop c6 in some lines, and we're also threatening the knight. So this is winning for white. Knight takes d4 is not a stupid line. G5. The only move is e5, of course. Knight takes e5, and again, the only move is knight e6. Otherwise, we will win the bishop. Queen g3. And now our idea is to simply play bishop d2 next. And bishop g2, yeah. So he has to do something about it. So he's gonna take, and then knight d4, which is again complicated. But queen f4 is a clever move. Knight f7, king d1, and yeah. What can black do here? Maybe queen d6 is not so dumb to trade the queens off, but we will have a comfortable endgame with the bishop pair and a lot of pressure and a lot more space. So for example, knight e6, queen g3, and then grabbing the pawn, but it's always going to be very dangerous. So this is actually not so bad for black, but he is in severe trouble, or danger rather, not trouble. I'm mumbling a lot when I speak. All right. So g5, bishop takes d4, knight b5 is the move here. This is just crazy chess, I'm gonna say. So e5, queen g3, and the point is that we are gonna grab, and then for example play a knight h4 with the idea of g6 in a lot of lines. And I discovered that after knight d6, c4 is a very interesting move, which is going to open the diagonal for the bishop, and it gives white some initiative here. But of course this is just crazy chess, but it's quite instructive, I will say. But yeah, if you look at it from a human point of view, it's very bad for black. I think this is a move that really makes more sense. I don't even know why I don't have that, but I think it's because of knight b5. And this position is horrible for black. And the problem is that your idea is just to play g4 and you will take on d4. And it's in every line. This knight is out of play. And you have a lot of attack too, so that's fine. And this is all in all, funket aldri springerslå C2. Det funket ikke der. Hvor var det var mulig? Jo, her. Men det er bare å gå til D1, så ta på F6. Med mindre du hadde det i noen andre varianter da. Og ja, her hadde du også. Jeg tror det er samme greia. Etter den så er det bare å flytte kongen. Du henger jo bare på C2, F6 og alt henger. Everything is hanging. And yeah, that was my my video on bishop e7, I suppose. I think there are it's not such a bad move if you play b6, but if you play with c5 you are almost lost, which is the case with a lot of lines here. If you're curious, I can quickly show what I'm gonna suggest. After knight f6, I'm gonna go bishop g5, which is the best move, I think, these days. Where the main alternative is bishop e7, but bishop b4 as well is played a lot. D takes e4 is played. That's Romain Edouard's recommendation in his French series. And then, of course, you got bishop b4 here, which is the Vinegar, and I honestly don't know yet what I'm gonna suggest against it because there's so many lines, and I haven't had the time to go through it yet. But yeah, so that was my my video, kind of on the French, or the series rather. So there you go. You have now a taste of what you will get when the series is out. It is gonna be high level, but as I will mention in the intro video, is that it should be high level. Like when you play e4, you should try to play the main lines, and you should. The point is, you will become a better player when you play aggressively, and that's basically why I'm going all in here. And there's a reason why main lines are main lines, and that why people play it all the time, because you can play as many side lines as you want, right? You can play the London system your entire life, but it's good to play main lines. And the most important thing is that when you play aggressive chess, it's a lot easier to improve. And because you're gonna be beating a lot of people who have no idea what they're doing in the opening, and this goes up till 2300 plus, I would say, at least 2200 plus. You can beat just by playing aggressively in the opening, because a lot of people say that you don't have to learn theory and stuff like that, and it doesn't really matter, but that's bullshit. With black, it actually does matter quite a lot to know theory, and if you do not know theory, you are lost. So that's basically the entire point of the series. And you will realize that a lot of these lines are extremely complicated, but that just improves your chess player abilities, I think, and especially in this particular opening, which is the French, because the French is a very, very weird opening, dude. The positions are extremely complicated. These close positions, they do make you improve your game, because they're so bizarre, and they're very hard to understand. And that's another reason why I'm recommending knight c3 and not just something like bishop d3, or Pepe Cuenca did that. I'm not gonna talk shit about his series, but let me just say that it's not a very critical move. But all right, and then um, and you know, there's I can also there's e takes d5 and no knight c3, my friends. That's what we're gonna have when what we're gonna do. So yeah, all of these lines are very complicated. You have the vinegar, which those positions are fascinating. They are probably the most complicated positions in the chess in the chess game itself, which is very interesting. This is why you will play knight c3, and I can assure you, you will get results if you study it well against the French. We still have a lot of other openings to cover. c5, you have e5, c6. I guess those are the main ones. Then of course you get all of the bullshit with d6, g6, knight f6, d5, all of those things. Well, there's a lot of lines left after the French, but one opening at a time, right? So yeah, the French is gonna be a fun experience. That's it. That's the end of the prequel or the preview. If you enjoyed the preview, please check out the video series when it comes out and let me know what you think. I'm still working on it. I've never done it before, so I've never let's say that I've never commentated like that or like explained, because that's a different job, you could say. It's a different thing, but yeah, I think it's gonna be really great fun. I've spent a lot of time on these lines, and some of them are driving me crazy. When will it be on the site? It will be on the site probably like early October. Det er ingen tvil om at du får terningkast 6. Jo, det er hyggelig at du sier det. Vi får jo se da. What's funny though is what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just say that it's like 1400 till you know, top level. And the reality is that it's extremely complicated and would probably be like 22,000 plus, especially in some lines. But that's the way chess works. Like, you can't just escape the craziness and the critical lines and just avoid all theory because it's too complicated. That's not how it works. You have to study and you have to learn it. So you become a much better player that way as well. So I get the point, like you know, you don't want to study the opening and you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that or whatever. I understand it, but chess is like everything else. You have to practice in order to improve, and again, playing aggressively is gonna make you your chances of beating stronger rated players increase significantly, because you will not beat them in an opening which gives absolutely no advantage and it's not dangerous. So it's gonna be a dangerous ride. That's something I can promise. How many hours will it be? I will guess it will be... I don't know. I honestly don't know how long I will spend recording it. That's the problem. I don't know. Yeah. I have no clue, to be honest. It could be 10 maybe? It's a nice guess. But anyway, that's it for the stream. Short banter, I know, but I kind of wanted to do some advertisement on the video series, because why not? And nobody's watching anyway, so it's okay. Så, når kommer den nye plattformen ut til folket? November, tror jeg. Eller det er mulig det kommer til premiums først, og så til folket. Så ja. Har vært snart siden mars. Ja, jeg vet det. Dritbra stream, jo takk. Når kommer dere tilbake i morgen? Vi kommer tilbake klokken 9. Tror det er da han begynner. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for Patzer Blitzer and Blunder Panda. You guys probably wanted the game. But you did show up later, so just gotta say next time, guys. And yeah, thank you for watching. I do not know when I'll come back next in the Banter Blitz. Probably 1 or 2 banters before I leave to Hamburg to record the series. But we'll see. It's just that the series is a lot of work. I honestly am afraid that I will not even be able to finish it. But yeah, thank you guys, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.